All right, look. It doesn't look like they're going to let you run.
Why?
Well, they don't think it's safe for you. And I'll tell you, I'm not so sure I don't agree with them. Sure,
well,
listen,
what am I talking to you
crowd. There's a big crowd. You're going to run away and you're going to make a fool of yourself again. I'm telling you that. Because you're pig-headed. Damn it to hell. Training goes everywhere.
Excuse me, I just want to talk to an official here. Someone in charge.
This is a private affair.
Sir,
You'll have to leave.
Oh, please.
Sir, excuse me. My name's Shirley Muldowney. I just came 100 miles to race, and someone's telling me I can't. I'd like to know why.
Young lady, just because somebody gave you a car does not give you the right to race it.
Oh, you're the man in charge, right?
Yes, I am, and it is my job to ensure the safety of the spectators and the other drivers.
Well, I understand that, but I'm not, some kid out for a joyride. I'm an experienced driver.
So your husband mentioned Miss Muldowney, but your experience is in amateur local events in street machines. We have rules. Now, Lou, please.
There are rules against a woman driving?
No, not exactly.
Okay, then. Well, suppose I'm a man, and all I've done is race in amateur local events in street machines. Now, what do I have to do?
There are procedures.
Where are these procedures? In your head?
No, they're not.
Well, could I see them, please? Thank you. Say I have a qualified car, Class A dragster, 130 miles per hour. 3 accredited drivers have to sign for my license, so doesn't say anything here about not being a woman. Or are you going to stop me from getting the signatures? I'm applying for my competition driver's license, and I need 3 signatures.
No way. No, woman.
Thank you. NHRA driver.
Sure.
I need some signatures.
I don't believe in signing nothing, sweetheart. Hey, why don't you fix me some bacon and eggs?
Would you sign my application for my NHRA competition? Thank you. Would you sign my application for my competition driver's license? Get us 3 signatures. Then they gotta let us race. It's the rules, whether I'm a man, a woman, or a kangaroo.
Look, don't go to war with these people.
I'm not fighting. I just want to race. Can't get any of these clowns to sign this damn thing.
Honey, that's what I ran into. But look at it from the NHRA point of view.
Maybe if you go with me, they'll sign it.
Listen, honey, he said to me that if a woman got in an accident, it could set the whole sport back 10 years.
Jack, you gonna help me?
If I help you or not, it's not going to matter. You're not going to be able to do nothing.
Remember me? I'd like your autograph now.
Presley, huh? Okay. What the hell? Might as well get some of you gals out of the kitchen and into the stands. There you go, my dear.
What's up next, because I don't believe it. But here goes. We've got a late entry from Schenectady, New York. Welcome the first lady to try and qualify in an A dragster for an NHRA competition, Shirley Muldowney. driving that A-gas dragster that's powered by a small block Chevrolet. You know, this car, well, it ought to run about 145, maybe 150 miles an hour, but...
Come on, get out of here.
Well, I wonder if Shirley's got it in her to hold that throttle pedal down all the way through that quarter mile. At the top run, she's got to make a single run by herself. There's nobody else out on that racetrack at over 130 miles an hour. Her picture, it looks like a little kid, and that must be her husband, Mr. Baldowni. He's getting the car. What's this, a kiss on the starting line? What's drag racing coming to? Oh, the safety crew, I'll tell you, they're watching really close, and Shirley Baldowni gets set to make her run. Don't forget, she's got to go over 130 miles an hour on this path to earn her competition license. She's got good traction. Right? A 9.2? Well, hell, that's new track record. Hold you responsible, Clint.
Right now we'll go to our interview with Shirley Muldowney. Of course, the most popular drag race is Shirley Muldowney. It's continuous. Youngsters coming up and asking for her autograph. We're just privileged to even be sitting here at the edge of this truck with her. What's Shirley today? It's you versus Don. Any comments?
I haven't raced on but one time in 3 years, so the crowd is very excited. The fact that we're back together again and racing, that is. And we're optimistic. The track looks like it's been prepared rather well, and the conditions are really good. The crowd is really pumped, so we're optimistic. I think we'll win the drag race, yes.
It's 2 out of 3. You're going to take it in 2?
I'd like to.
Okay, now I've been reading, and an article came out today in the paper, and it was just all on Don Garlitz and saying that you win like a lot of other drag racers, and you've got one of the biggest egos that, as a drag racer. Is that what it takes to win in drag racing? You must have an ego. What do you think about that comment?
No, in fact, there isn't any room for egos in my camp. We work together as a team, and that's how we go to the winner's circle. So to say my ego is big, well, Don has always had a good sense of humor, hasn't he?
He likes to call it professional pride. Would you say Don has an ego, or is he a team person like yourself?
I think everyone that is involved in this sport has somewhat of an ego. It's a very demanding sport, and the lows are incredibly low.
Yeah.
It'll drag you right to the bottom. The highs are few and far between, but they're wonderful. So we all hope to go to the winner's circle. It's very costly what we do, and there are a lot of, you're dealing with a lot of different personalities. Some are hard to get along with, some are kind of laid back. It's a sport that has all different breeds, but they're definitely competitive people, and they're very good at what they do.
Someone who had never seen it in person before, a day watching National Hot Rod Association drag racing is a bit of an out-of-this-world experience. But the uniqueness of this sport is not limited to the exotic cars and their engines that turn out unprecedented power. NHRA races are the only competitions in professional sports where men and women battle on a truly level playing field.
Shirley Muldowney, runner-up here a year ago, runner-up at the U.S. Nationals last year, has another chance to win the title. The tree goes green, they're off together. It's Shirley Muldowney pulling away, and Shirley Muldowney becomes the first woman in history to win Top Fuel Eliminator.
I said earlier in this event, Shirley Muldowney was not a great female racing car driver. She was a great racing car driver who happened to be a female. Lady, you proved it.
Thank you.
What is the most fun about this?
Winning.
Who's it going to be? Will it be Brittany? Will it be Leah?
I've been a champion in every category that I've ever raced in the NHRA. My goal is to be a world champion and then a multi-champion.
We believe that this is kind of the sport for the era. And a big part of that is our diversity and the fact that we have women not only competing, but women that are actually winning and compete for championships.
Men and women compete against each other.
It's called the National Hot Rod Association, and the women aren't only competing against the men, they're dominating. CBS 2's Steve Overmeyer went to Englishtown, New Jersey.
These cars go fast. Some hit 330 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds.
This switch panel up here, this is how I fire the race car.
And it belongs to Erica Enders.
You got it!
Erica Enders is a two-time world champion pro stock drag racer.
Eyes high, shift light comes on for second, third, fourth, fifth.
The car doesn't care if you're male or female. It comes down to reaction time, and Erica is one of the best.
Click, getting on a roller coaster, and you're click, 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 click.
And away first.
When I'm on the starting line and I dump the clutch, that's that free fall, over the edge. You're not.
There is one difference. Don't raise your hands in the middle of
Do
this
not
ride.
raise your hands and don't scream either.
Drag racing has been a leader in diversity for years. Shirley Muldowney won her first championship back in 1977, and the current points leader in the top fuel class is Leah Pritchett.
The women that are doing so well out here is because we're fearless.
Does it feel more impactful that you're doing this in this testosterone-seething sport?
I would say it does. I would say it takes a lot of guts for men to be okay with a female beating them. And there's some that men take it. Some men take it okay. The boys don't take it very well.
In this world, everything's expensive. It costs $15,000 every trip down the track. And to get behind the wheel of this 11,000 horsepower demon, it takes a special psyche.
But it touches your soul. Like the nitromethane, the power, the feel, the 11,000 horsepower. And I've never seen or felt anything like it in the world. Every car that you drive has a different personality.
What's the personality of this one?
She's badass.
These drivers clearly inspiring a younger generation.
When I'm in the car, it's very quiet, even though, the motor is super loud. I'm in the zone. I don't want to talk to people, and I kind of sit there and I focus on what the race is actually going to look like. I focus on seeing me win. I want the best reaction time. I've got to come off the line first. I just kind of go, okay, Nicole, we're going to get ready. This is what this race is going to look like. This is what you're going to look like winning this race.
Florida is 89 Chevy Camaro. New matchup here with Bruce Gert. Auburndale, Florida.
Well, of course, I'm a big muscle car fan, so anything like from your SS 396 Chevelles to 69 Camaros to Novas, I just think that they have so much character and so much stomp down horsepower that, a lot of our cars, of course, today don't have. Your Ferraris, you paddle shift and you do all that. No, I want to actually shift gears, pushing that clutch and actually have to pull that, her shifter down, and, I'm big on that. So I like those cars. Are my favorite. My top sportsman NHRA car is a beast. I'm going to tell you, it's a Jerry Bickle built car. It is the only car out there in top sportsman racing or in drag racing that I've seen that's painted by West Coast Choppers and Jesse James when he still had West Coast Choppers. So it's really sick. It has this tricked out paint with flakes, and it looks like a motorcycle. It definitely doesn't look like a girl's car, and that's what I love about it. It's got a Steve Schmidt motor in it. It's got about roughly 1,700 horsepower, 6-second, a quarter-mile car. It's
On the fast track in the sport of auto racing, which has, let's face it, been dominated by many of the same faces over the years, but that's changing, which is why Nicole Lyons has been named one of this year's 100 most notable people, as chosen by our partner website for African American news and culture, thegrio.com. NBC's Rahima Ellis caught up with Nicole Lyons in Atlanta.
Let's take you into my world, my office.
Nicole Lyons may not look the part, but this 5'6", 110-pound woman is an up-and-coming contender in car racing. In a $1 million car, she barrels down a quarter-mile track at 250 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds.
So you can't blink or sneeze at one of our races because it's over with.
She stands out in this sport that is one of the fastest in the world. In top sportsman drag racing, Nicole is the only woman and the first African-American woman. The driving force behind her love of cars and racing was her father, a drag racer himself.
Since 5 years old, I've been passing wrenches to my dad.
Before his death, he taught her everything he knew about cars, including what's under the hood. Now 29 and married, she owns a muscle car restoration shop near Los Angeles, where most of her mechanics are women. Being one of a kind and with model looks, she's attracted attention.
I think it's lucrative for our sponsors and our marketing partners to have somebody that diverse in the sport who can really pioneer and really show other people, minority-wise, that they can do this.
Now Nicole is training to compete in NASCAR. A longtime trainer believes she's unstoppable.
They're not going to tell her she can't do it, so she's just going to keep going. So I don't think there is a limit.
Nicole says she thrives on testing limits.
It's like that old saying, if it's too hot, you need to get out the kitchen. And right now I like the burn.
One young woman gaining respect in a man's world.
This car has a little power.
And proving she's on the right track.
Too much speed for me.
Rahima Ellis, NBC News, Atlanta.